Hello y'all and welcome to today's video. You can probably guess what time it is, Frederick. It is time for 20 drops at Railway Railway. You might be wondering why these videos spaced out. One, because most people's attention span is absolutely crap from TikTok. And two, I just feel like it. So you might be wondering, why do I land this house a lot during these drops? Well, there's actually a few reasons. One is actually on the outskirts of Railway Railway, allowing me to close in and kill the little 9-year-olds, aka this is a sign to you, Johnny, get off your computer. The second reason is this little area I'm here. This is located in multiple POIs. I don't know if it's in all of them, but it's in Railway Railway. It's a little underground area. This little area has weapon cases. Weapon cases are a searchable item that can give you a blue or higher weapon with 2 guaranteed attachments on it. The handy thing is this: if there's 3 or more, I think like 5 or more, 4 or more, you would guarantee a split of different types of weapons, allowing me to get a shotgun, an AR, and well, a sniper. Well, in this case it was an SMG instead of an AR, but I luckily get an AR thanks to having it from the president. After fighting for the boss for a bit, I ended up leaving this way. I didn't kill her, but I heard some people, so I just destroyed my sniper and snow launcher and absolutely bopped that kid to death. The main idea is, if you hear people outside of this railway while fighting the boss, probably take them out in case they end up killing you. It doesn't matter if they're bot too. If they're bot, just makes the lobby die quicker. So yeah, just make sure you have them killed before fighting the boss, because you're pretty exposed fighting the boss and Railway Railway being, well, Everburn or Valeria. Other fact about Valeria, when fighting her, she throws fireflies. So if you see her and fireflies in her hand, run. All the bosses have one throwable, because Montado or Monte has shockwaves. Oscar has the worst one of them all, being cluster cleaners, and Valeria has fireflies covering the other two. But yeah, you want to watch out for the fireflies, and you want to watch out for her extra shield on her hand. Remember, those can get annoying. Remember this: she has an SMG, so always fight her from like up top from range. So those are my general tips of just fighting Valeria. Just make sure you have decent range and you dodge the fireflies. And take out her head before hitting her, but she has a lot of health. After looting up in Railway Railway Vault, I end up rotating out to kids. There seemed to be 3 of them at the time. There were 3. I ended up murdering all 3 of them. The only thing about Railway Railway's location, it's close to the middle, so there's many places you can go. You can go to Grand Glacier to go get the medallion and an AR, since it kind of combos pretty nicely, having multiple medallions thanks to the medallion nerf. Or you can just go to the grass plains like I do, because this spot is really handy, because most of the time there'll be some people. After leaving that fight, the grass plains, I end up getting to this fight. I'm about to tell you everything I did wrong here. First, I did not hold that wall, and that kid just straight up took it. He had way better mechanics than me. I kind of stuffed up a lot in this fight, so I'll tell you what not to do. 1, I tried to snowball launch him instead of, holding out my shotgun or another good weapon, because he ends up tagging me a lot. You can see I have the medallion, so I think it will work for me. It does not, because he absolutely bots. Game 2, I end up killing the boss and just wait in the vault for a bit. As you can see here, nothing really interesting happens at the start of Game 2. I kill a kid. It wasn't that much of an interesting fight. But you can see that I hear a kid. Most of the time it's good just to place a metal wall here, because you can cluster cleaners or riot shield. You can just hit him with this. You can see I'm about to show you why you always want to carry these, and a really cool little tech you can do with the riot shield in this clip. You can see I'm about to edit this the second I know he's not gonna spray my thing. You see, make sure you're holding it until you feel like it's ready and he's not firing. Hopefully bait it, throw some cluster cleaners, do 180 damage. You can see a riot shield can one tap to like 152 walls, so I can just break through and absolutely bop him to death. After leaving Railway Railway, I stumble into some kids and end up murdering one of them with the charge attack of a riot shield. I end up learning that in my last training drops, being Grand Glacier. They would be so kindly if you check out after this video, or go to one of my other training drops if you're watching this video later on. I learned this because, well, people were using it and I figured it out. I should probably use it. You can also use it to take people's walls if it's wooden and it's Or if it's fairly low health and it's like metal like before, you can just use it and get in their box and bash them and do the 40 damage. It's actually really handy, so it's a good technique to know with the right shield. As well, it can help you win fights. You can see after that, I end up going to Loot Island. It's the Winterfest Islands, and see, this took place during like the first few days of Winterfest, because I thought I should film this early on. You can see this kid comes over. I actually picked up a big pot. That was a mistake by me, and accidentally swing my grapple blade for some goddamn reason. In Game 3, after looting up the vault, I end up leaving to these grass plains again. These are pretty handy. They always seem to have some people here. Most of the time, they are AI. These were AI this time because, well, they're always AI. But I promise you, I do not die to an AI, luckily, or kill myself like in some of the other drops. You can see after this, I end up going west of Hasty Hill site. I end up getting into a fight. I fumbled so bad in this fight. I looked so clueless looking back at it. What the hell was I fighting like? Ended up trying to go away, but ended up getting... Therefore, I don't end up doing much interesting, besides absolutely murdering this dude at the start of the game with the cluster cleaners after looting up the vault. That's why you always want to carry cluster cleaners, especially in build. You just edit and throw them in, break their wall, throw the cluster cleaners, and block yourself. Luckily for me, I had a bit extra health, so I managed to leave thanks to the medallion, but make sure you do yourself with cluster cleaners, because I end up doing that, I think, a few times during these games. Therefore, a bit later on, after boxing up a kid and murdering him, I end up doing another guy I had to fight, because this kid before was annoyingly sniping me. See, you can see I just start holding my walls, he starts spraying, some goddamn reason, I decide to edit up, it's stupid. I end up trying to run, and he ends up shotgunning me from behind. Game 5, we had the magnificent Hob decide to join us, because, well, I thought he should probably join. You can see this kid comes up, he absolutely sprays Hob to death. I end up murdering him and ended up finishing off. For some reason he dropped his weapons and I just end up killing him. You can see I start to revive Hob. Hob decides to wear goddamn candy cane for some reason. He kind of looks like the candy cane. It fits him very well. See, his teammates very close to me, so I get in front of Hob so Hob can be my human meat shield. Ends up getting knocked, but I end up finishing the other dude off too. Game 5 was surprisingly actually the only game, as I've seen before, that we did not actually kill the boss. We ended up taking the train and loading it up and decide, well, just to leave. And take the train over to Lavish Lair. That's probably, yeah, it's gonna be, just double checking my stuff set up. It's gonna be the next 20 drops. So you can see, we just set the capture up one more time, because after the train goes through 2 stations, you can capture it again. We end up just going over to Lavish Lair, because Lavish Lair has a really good mythic, being the Oster's Frenzy Auto Shotgun. It's really good. After killing Oscar and looting it up, Hob gets sniped and sadly finished because I actually placed that wall there. So for some reason, instead of starting to run, I ended up going to this reboot van. In seasons I have mats, I just started using some metal. Ended up doing a double box because I messed up my original box. You see, I forgot to place a wall there for some goddamn reason. I'm so lucky in this clip that they did not throw like cluster cleaners through that hole I left in there. Otherwise, I would have died quicker. And see, that's foreshadowing. I don't win this fight. Somehow I kill one of them, but I don't win. You see, I hold the wall, I suddenly gain an idea. I see a sewer system. So the next time they break my wall, should be this time, I just end up dashing straight to the sewers. They had no idea why I did that, so I just went through, turned around, mantled up, got my cluster cleaners out, threw a bunch of them towards them, ended up getting one so low, so I decided to go Mortal Kombat style and start chain whipping him to death. See, bots is up, so I decided to drop down and murder him. Then, I noticed his teammate is up high and dropped down, so I get up there. I end up throwing my cluster cleaner, but accidentally hitting me and killing me. Game 6, I stumbled across a kid, so I did the most rational thing and beat his ass to death with 2 snowball balls from my snowball launcher. I've won this. Snowball launchers are a very handy tool of murder. Might try that strategy out in real life, but I do not recommend. You can see, I saw another kid, so I did the rations thing and blew him up too. You can see, arson with snowballs seems to be the best method to kill children. Note that down. Note that down. After running from the boss like I run from the child support payment, I stumbled a kid and absolutely blew him up with a snowball launcher. I don't know how that ended up working, it just did. I just slid and blew him up. Like what I did to a small country 5 days ago. We don't talk about that. After killing the boss and looting up a bit more, I stumble into a kid. You can see he's down there. It's a little stormtrooper, so I hit him with my snowball launcher twice. Guess, well, the Christmas season can beat the Halloween season if you just use a bit of arson. That works in a lot of situations. Maybe not running from tax evasion, but it works for many. So you see, like the little 9-year-old I am, I'm not 9 if someone's running. Stay away. I just decide to spray. So I take the wall for some goddamn reason and start damaging myself for some goddamn reason. I do not know why I hit myself with a snowball. You see, he builds up to the little hidey hole I came from. So I did the most rational spin and break all his floors. So I get my grapple blade out, because if you grapple blade and it breaks the wall and you slip right in, and I just chain whipped him to death. I've had like 7 other kills this game. I killed a lot of people with a chain whip. Later on in day number 6 in the top 3, I got into a fight, absolutely whiffed my aim so badly. Tried to grapple blade up there, but for some reason I missed, so this dude just jumped down me and absolutely pumped me to death. Game 7, I'm rocking the brand new starter pack skin and see a kid, so I start shooting at him. He retreats in, so I decide to go over. End up taking a bit of full damage for some reason. I do not know why I did that, but it happened to. You see, I mantle up and he ends up killing himself. I wonder, how did I kill him? Or how did he kill himself? He killed himself with cluster cannons, like I did in game 5. Cluster cannons really kill a lot of people. You just need to make sure you're like 20 meters away and don't throw him right in front of the door. Probably before I was turning straight to him. But luckily, he's dead, so yeah. A bit later on in game 7, I hear some kids fighting, so one mantles up. I just stick him with a cluster cannon and absolutely blow him up. I end up hearing another dude down there, and I'm joining. For some goddamn reason, I need my snowball launcher. So, yeah, pretty dumb play by me. Game 8, nothing really interesting happened at the start besides me murdering 2 bosses and 1 kid. I later on stumbled into a blaze, so I double pow-powed her to the ground, so they don't want to get cancelled on Twitter. Very late into the game, top 2, nothing really interesting happened in this game. I threw a cluster, ended up hitting this kid for 30. You can see at my max, I might have been building some forts. I was this bored during this game, I started literally building bunkers and like vaults and stuff. So you can see I started tarping over, well, whatever you call this, discount tarping. You see I'm running so low on mats. All I have is just my metal. End up popping in, setting my little button to zone for some reason for a bit. For some reason I start doing that wall climbing, and a few seconds later, get sniped in the head. God damn it. Game 9, I left Land on a train and bopped this random kid that just jumped on. That lens was so clueless. Later on in game 9, nothing really interesting happened in this game. So some of these games haven't been that interesting. It's mainly just been, I kill like 1 or 2 kids, or like 4 at this case, get to the end game. Those kids weren't that interesting. And see here, I see this kid, so I decide to grapple up, pull out my shotgun, bop bop. For some reason, I somehow phase through that wall. I spray, and I absolutely spray him straight to death. I see, ooh la la, shiny AR. You can see in a few seconds, I get knocked down. I barely live on 3 health. I try and grapple away, but absolutely get shotgun. I think I would have died full damage there still. Game 10, after looting up the vault, I got into a fight and managed to shockwave and absolutely hit this man with a snowball. This is the only reason I lived that fight. On 10 HP. God, the dude must have been salty. Dude died to a goddamn snowball. At least you died to like a sniper. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a bullet. Yeah, you died to a fucking snowman, mate. Later on in game 10, I stumbled into this kid at fencing fields. He ended up having a medallion. He ended up starting to spray at me, so I did the most rational thing and started running away with my grapple blade. So I built some cover here. You see, he grapple bladed over, so I did the most rational thing and tried to Mortal Kombat chain whip him to death. I ended up knocking him off. So he tried to go back up, so I hit him midair with my chain whip. He dropped down, I changed it straight into his box and absolutely slim slam splashed him to death. That's the weirdest saying I've ever made, but I'm keeping it. He ended up with 2 medallions, but didn't take Oster the Titan's frenzy order shotgun for some goddamn reason. But yeah, pretty good kill. Later on in the game, I went to Loot Island and found this kid here. Started shooting him a bit with my snowball launcher. You can see I go up there, try and get up there with my grapple blade, but miss. Go over. He gets in his little box, he jumps. I, for some reason, grappled back up instead of just going down with him. Probably should have went down with him. You see, I find him, start hitting him once with my AR, realise, yeah, that dude doesn't have his shield, so I go down. Dude, for some reason, forgets to jump in the rift, but then goes straight into it. I continue to follow him. Dude just starts, running. Bit later in the game, I just looked at that entire little shipping express factory until I finally see the top of his head and just shoot him a few times with my AR and managed to kill him somehow. Dude was just hiding there the entire time until Storm came. I guess his downfall was having a very dark blue metallic hat on. Later into the game, I stumbled into this cozy commander. I started whipping her wall until I got in, then I started whipping her around, but annoyingly, she headshot me straight to the head with the pump. Game 11. I looted up my regular house and got my little sniper, my starter sniper, and got into a snipe out with this kid here. You can see he has his link ready, so I have to do a quick shot. Since I don't have a link, since I have an optics, I can just peek and boom, shot a liker. Absolutely headshot him to the head. That's the one handy thing of not having a scope on your sniper. It's basically like a hunting rifle. Bit later on in game 11, you can see I got onto a big fighting fencing field, massive high ground. I was basically defending my high ground with my, grapple blade and chain whipping anyone that came up. You can see the weekend is about to have a very sorry fate. Desi really did have to shed those tears he saved. He ended up getting whipped straight off. That was pretty handy because he ended up having a medallion. Bit later on with my fight with Donatello, it ended up drawing from a sniper be a golden AR. I ended up shooting a snowball, but ended up getting straight headshot to the head. God, that ended bad. Game 12, I heard a kid, so I went right over and started chain whipping him. I ended up straight up just killing him with the chain whip on 3 HP. I somehow survived. Don't know how, but I did. Pretty handy. Later on, I stumbled into a kid, hit him straight with my snowball launcher. Then, after killing the boss, I stumbled into this kid. It was a little Fotis, little sweaty boy. I learned to find out. I've got my right shot out, hit him 57. I tried to do that wallbang thing, but he blocked it perfectly. He was actually pretty skilled. He blocked my grapple blade, just started boxing me in. I tried to start running. He mantled over, he got his shotgun ready. He was a very little sweaty kid. Started spraying me, I'm just generally bad, and just killed me. Game 13, I stumbled into this kid after looting up. And he was a Midas, so I started shooting at him. He actually got some decent tags, but I feel bad for him, but I just straight up killed him. He might have been fighting the boss before, but we don't care. You want a third party a lot when you're going for bosses, because it makes your life 10 times easier. Later on in game 13, I stumbled into a kid. I don't know why I didn't dip away. I just tried to kill him. He ended up killing me straight away. It was a really dumb play by me. Game 14, I just was fighting this kid for a bit, so I decided to use my cluster cleaners like always. Ended up getting him and me both really low. Dude tried to ally with me, but I had to kill him. Dude was being very annoying before and must have ran out of loot as he barely had anything left. Later on in game 14, after damaging this kid a lot, I ended up chain whipping him and straight up just murdering him. It's actually surprising. I've already said this multiple times during these 20 drops. I kill so many people with a chain whip and snowball launch. It is a broken combo, but that's why I do it so much. After leaving fencing fields, I stumbled across this Montiago stint. He must have killed the recon tower boss, so I sat there and waited like a little rat. He came over, so I did the most rational thing and started running my little ass away. Then I just started spamming my snowball launchers as always. I have to make sure I have high ground and then just keep hitting him with snowball launchers, and then I just chain him to death. Like I said before, this is a broken combo, and he ended up having the last medallion available because the other two were in the storm at the time, so it's pretty handy. Bit later on in top 6, I just started shooting at some kids until I killed one of them. I don't know why I end up bush camping a lot in these 20 drops because it helps me get to like the top 10 because it helps with like medallions I'm also going for in some of these games because I like getting it maxed out. That's why sometimes we're at, and it's also because the end game seemed to be the most entertaining clips to show you guys, and you can see from how many people left, it's already down to top 3 and it's just me shooting at this kid. Bit low on in top 2, I don't have much health, and the other kid that I was just fighting managed to get shotgun in the back, luckily. So you can see, I know where this kid is. There's one spot he would mainly be, and that is, well, behind that rock. You can see my discount 90s. I build up a bit. I try and shoot a snowball launcher at him, absolutely miss him. Just to see, I wait out. I have the advantage. I have a zone pulling towards me, and I know where next one is, thanks to that 4-task tower. So I hit him once, and I decided to bop him twice with the snowball launcher, and ended up winning the game. Surprisingly, this is our first win of these 20 drops after 14 matches. God, sometimes I suck at this game. Game 15, I ended up knocking this kid's building down with my shockwave timber, and luckily, I murdered him. Fun fact, this dude ended up killing me a few games ago, but you didn't see it, and sadly the rest of this game was lost to lag, so that's a bit annoying. Game 16 of drop, I politely murdered this Zori and saw his tower 16, so I decided to try and run. Annoyingly, he pumped me and sent me straight back to the lobby. Game 17, after killing the boss, I stumbled to his dummy skin and just sprayed him from behind. Didn't even notice me. The dummy didn't fit him quite well because he really was a dummy in that fight, and I lasered this other kid just fighting. I think he was a bot and that kid was trying to fight him. But yeah, I just killed him. Later on, I saw this medallion laid out. Later did I not know? This is a trap! I'm an idiot, but I just stood still and got absolutely pounded from the back. Game 18, I stumbled into the little default kid. Didn't have very good weapons, but I shot him once. He ended up curving around, so I did the good thing and just picked up an SMG and curved around. Saw him, took some shots, he hit me a few times, but I luckily just killed him. Pretty easy kill. Later on, after killing the boss, I stumbled the kid and snipe him pretty easily. Then I noticed storms on my bats and noticed this little mace in. So I did the reasonable thing and run into zone because I don't want to become fresh meat. You can see this kid's just there. I should have shot her, but I didn't. She just got over there. So I went up from behind. I do not know why I missed the shot. I somehow did. So I just sneaked up behind her. She killed the kid. So I just sprayed her. She was very low and it was a pretty easy kill. Bit later on, I stumbled into his dojo stand, just spray him down with my right shield and get some nice shots on him. For some reason, he had the medallion, but not the mythic shotgun. For some reason, why wouldn't you take that? Then later on, I stumbled into his brute gunner stand on a navigator. I get into a bot. She hits me 2 times with really good shots. Game 19, after killing the boss, I stumbled into this little default stand, take some shots, somehow missed both of them, but the final shot, I kill her. She's a pretty new player. Later on, in fencing fields, I stumble onto this kid. So I take some nice shots through the windscreen at her. You can see she goes around. I try and switch seats to the right one, but I keep failing. She goes around. I open up my SMG and get some nice shots at her. She's really low now, so I get out my shotgun and do one final finishing blow to her head. Pretty nice. Later on, I end up finding this kid. I didn't know where he was at the time. Turns out he was in the bots right below me. So for some reason I build up. He knocks my build down. I get into the bots. I edit it. I didn't realize he was in that box. In a little sector there. I start taking some shots. I miss most of them and absolutely get destroyed by him. Game 20, I spot this TNT stand, find the boss. So I do the reasonable thing and just bop her in the head. Pretty nice kill. Bit later on, during this fight, I was experiencing a lot of lag, so that's why my shots are pretty bad, and my builds, they usually are, but it's excuses. You see, I see this little hope skin up there, so I grapple blade up. I miss all my grapple blades and fall back down, so I grapple blade up and try one more time on 7 HP, get some nice grapple blades and knock her off. I think I killed her. Somehow she lives. She had 80 full damage. She had medallions, so I knew I had to chase her quick, but she would get her shield back. So I go down, throw a cluster cleaner, miss it so badly, thought I would be hit by that, and then use the brand new AR on her to kill her pretty quickly. Later on, I spot this kid in the top 3, just spray her down. It was a soccer kid, probably an AI. Not much interesting happened in the game till the end. You can see I spot this Dolphin. As you know, this is game 20, so if you enjoyed this video, just make sure to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. You can see I try and shoot down his builds, not knowing where he was. He ended up being pretty close to me. He ended up being in that little shack there. I get some really good beams. I grapple blade over and try and go for the grapple blade kill. Miss all my shots, and sadly, he kills me for the end kill. So yeah, thanks for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys next video. There should be a video popping up of 20 drops at Grand Glacier. If you like this video, check it out. So yeah, hope you guys have a nice day. See you all.